you've had a long history of competing for Muay Thai Grand Prix, Kickboxing Grand Prix, and I think there was at some point they did announce that with alongside quite a few fighters that you signed contracts with the guys. Sky, and I think the Skywalker
Yeah,
team was on there.
yeah,
Your last couple of fights have been on CFS and now Hitman Fight League.
yeah.
What was behind the switch? Was it just the contracts coming to an end, or is this something we can kind of expect to see from you going forward, like competing at different
Yeah, so
organizations?
I never after Glory, the Glory contract. I wasn't allowed to fight on any other promotion with without like a say so from them. So, and over here I don't like to be tied down. Like I get along with a lot of promoters over here, so I don't want to be treading on anyone's toes or just annoying anybody.
Yeah.
So I like to just bounce around shows, man.
With the Combat Fight Series fight, you took on Andy Turland.
Yeah.
I think that was like last November.
November,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. There were some technical difficulties with the stream, so it didn't manage to hit everyone. But
Yeah.
what did you? There was a lot of discussion after the decision. What did you think of your performance, and what did you think of the decision?
I thought my performance was okay. It wasn't the best. I thought I landed the more cleaner shots and the more clinical shots. Like all respect to Andy, like not taking anything away from Andy, credit where it's due. He's the ISK 67 world champion. Again, I feel like I got my nutrition wrong at a lower weight. That's something I really need to tackle. I'm gonna have a nutritionist on board now, so when we meet again in November,
Yeah.
I'm sure it will be a different time now.
So that was going to be one of my questions next, because obviously now you've got the Hitman Fight League belt. Andy's with CSS, and they've announced that it's a great idea. They're doing the CFS versus Hitman show in November at the Indigo. Has there been discussions? Are you just putting it out there, or has there been discussions to make this fight? Because I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. Now the fight is actually in place.
It is
11th
in place.
November. Yeah, we have the rematch. It's on. Yeah.
Brilliant. So I don't even know where to start with that. That's obviously it's going to be in your backyard this time. I know you can't really go into your game plan, but what can we expect to see different from you this time round?
So you're gonna see a lot more in the tank. I'm gonna be a lot stronger at the weight. You're gonna see me push forward a lot more and just really take the win, man. I'm gonna dethrone the champion.
Yeah. We spoke about Hitman Fight League, how well you was treated there, and the sponsorships, everything behind the show. But Combat Fight Series is also now just raised the level. They recently just come off of a great show at York Hall. What was your feeling of competing on that show? I think that was in Bournemouth, right?
Yeah, that was in Bournemouth. Like I say, I know Rory, the promoter.
Yeah.
He's a really good friend of mine, an ex-training partner of mine. So I knew I'd always be looked after by him. The show at Bournemouth, at Bournemouth O2 Academy was amazing. The setup's amazing. It was professionally run. I was looked after. Stayed in a really nice hotel. I have no complaints with CFS, man. It's a really good up and coming show.
What's the plan for the plans for the future for you going forward? Firstly, just for you as a fighter, a champion, but then also you as like a coach and the head of the Skywalker team. What's your plans going forward?
So obviously, I'm guessing every fighter's dream now is to reach one championship.
Yeah.
So within the next year and a half, 2 years, that's what I'm really pushing for. Hopefully we get the Haggerty versus Liam fight over in London at Wembley. So within 6 to 9 months, if that does happen, hopefully I'll get my shot at that. Yeah. In the long run, when I decide to hang up the gloves, I'll be putting all my time and focus into the boys at SFT and making us like one of the most feared gyms in the UK under Muay Thai and kickboxing.
I wanted to ask you actually, because you competed on the Road to One show.
That's right.
For the Muay Thai Grand Prix. Was there any discussions there or any feedback? Because I know the execs were in the house.
Yeah, your Chartry was in the house, but no, just I fought like the usual, got paid, and
Yeah.
that was it. There was nothing else after.
When you're looking at what's going on over there at the moment, they're doing like great things. Jonathan Haggerty, obviously Liam Harrison,
Yep.
Marn Barlow. Are you noticing like a shift and a difference? Like they're bringing more interest, especially to like the UK guys.
100%, and your Chatri himself is constantly looking at my stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's he's really giving UK fighters a good chance, paying them well, giving them the exposure they need. I just think they need to sign a couple more UK fighters.
Yeah. Especially if they're going to do a UK show, which
Just
I think
makes sense, right?
Yeah, it'd be great. Just in case like anyone has not seen you compete, what can they expect when they watch a Luke Whelan fight?
A very aggressive fighter. I come forward, I'm hungry, I never take a back step. I'm coming for the win every time. And you're going to see a real showman from the start to finish. My walkouts are crazy. I'll always acknowledge the crowd, and you're going to see a real champion, man, every time.